Now, on the exam, Lambda does show up quite a bit in conjunction with API Gateway and also step functions. We're going to spend some time just talking about what it is. But you won't necessarily need to know, at least in the architectural exam, how to build Lambda functions. So you should know what they are and how they work in architectures, but we're not going to cover how to actually build a Lambda function. Lambda allows you to run your code without servers, without the need for infrastructure. And it supports Node.js, Python, Java, Go, and C#. It's an extremely useful option if you're creating serverless architectures. The code is stateless and it's executed on an event basis. And there's a lot of events that you can tie to Lambda functions. SNS, SQS, S3, DynamoDB streams. And there's no real fundamental limits to scaling Lambda functions because AWS dynamically allocates compute power for the functions as they need it. Now here at ACG, we have a lot of great classes that are focused on Lambda and serverless. That's why I'm not going to go into a real deep dive here. Rather, I just wanted to let you know that we didn't forget about it. We're just intentionally not going to cover it in depth. Here's an architecture that uses Lambda. And again, we're using the fan-out architecture. And that just means we're going to send something in, and then we're going to deploy it in parallel across several processes. And in this case, rather than having worker servers, we've just built Lambda functions to do that same work. And one of the things you'll notice in this particular architecture is we're using SQS, but we also have a concept called a dead letter queue. And that's a useful thing to design into your messaging landscapes, because sometimes you have a message that has an error, it just can't get processed. Rather than just sitting there gumming up the works, oftentimes you'll create a dead letter queue and then take that message and put it in that dead letter queue. And then maybe you trigger a notification so that somebody can come in and look at that and investigate why that message failed.